That performance at 5 p.m. Eastern Time last night, things immediately began to change for Carly Fiorina. How much? Let's ask her. Businesswoman Carly Fiorina, welcome back to Fox and Friends. Great to see you. Can you tell us what's changed for you and your campaign since your debate came to a close?
Well, I think a lot more people know who I am and the fact that I'm running for president. You know, before this debate, only 40% of Republican voters had ever heard my name. I had the lowest name ID of anyone in the field because I'm not a professional politician, nor am I a celebrity. And so I think what happened last night is a lot of people said, oh my gosh, there's another woman in the race. Oh my gosh,
right.
She actually does. Day to day, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing, which is campaigning and talking to voters about the issues.
Carly, you know, I actually watched with my daughter. I thought it was an important moment for her to see you on that stage there. When you ended up watching the later debate, who struck you?
Well, I think everyone had their moment, you know, as I think you guys have been saying all day long. I think everybody had their moment, and I think it's a long race, folks. I know this debate is really important, but the truth is we're at the beginning, not the end. The truth is this is going to be a long process of elimination before it becomes a process of selection. The truth is that this debate was the start, not the end, and today we're all going to go back to doing what we were doing before this debate, which is campaigning hard and talking to voters about the issues. At least that's what I'm going to be doing.
Well, we understand that, and so we're very thankful that you would take a little time out of your morning there in Cleveland to stop by.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So last night, we've got, and you're from the technology business, you would appreciate this, we've got the Google heat map that shows what people were searching for last night during the debate. And as we take a look at it, Carly Fiorina, this was at 5 o'clock, she is in red. And Carly, more people were looking you up on Google than anybody else. Donald Trump at 17%, but nonetheless, that has got to make you feel good, especially in light of the fact that so many commentators and pundits said after the 5 p.m. show that the winner was you.
Well, of course it makes me feel good. Absolutely. As I say, I think what all of that activity demonstrates is that people started to pay attention. You know, there have been grassroots activists who've been paying attention for some time, and I'm very encouraged by them. We have been in the top 10 of every state poll for some time now, but the national polls really measure, among other things, name ID. And when you start with the lowest name ID in the race, as I did and still have, actually, that kind of activity is really important, especially for me. So, of course, I feel really appreciative of that. And I was very appreciative to have the opportunity last night to be on that debate stage with governors and senators and talk to the American people about what I will do as president.
We have a question for you from a Fox and Friends viewer at home. This is for you, Carly. It's from Scott and Kim Kelly. They ask, what will you do to bring jobs back to America?
You know, we have to start by understanding where jobs come from. The engine of economic growth in this nation has always been small businesses, community-based businesses, family-owned businesses. I started out as a secretary in a 9-person real estate firm. My husband, Frank, of 30 years, started out driving a tow truck in a family-owned auto body shop. It is these small, family-owned, community-based businesses that we're crushing. In fact, we're now destroying more of them than we are creating. And that's a problem for every American because these small businesses create 2/3 of the new jobs. They employ half the people. The reason they're getting crushed, the reason we're destroying so many, is because of big government. You know, the only people that can deal with big government is big business. So I led Hewlett-Packard, a $90 billion firm. We could handle big government. I could hire lawyers and accountants and lobbyists. This is called crony capitalism, when government gets so big that only the big can survive. And what we're seeing here is the consolidation of industry after industry. What's Obamacare doing? It's consolidating health insurance companies and eliminating competition. So we have to get the engine of economic growth, small business, going and growing again.
Hey, Carly, real quick, do you have a rough tally of how much money you brought in after that performance? Because everybody wants to bet on the winner, and a lot of people feel as though you won.
Well, you know, I actually haven't asked that question, believe it or not. but I'm quite sure that we did very well after last night's debate, and that's why I'm so appreciative for that opportunity.
Well, you said earlier that going in, you had the lowest name recognition. Coming out, you've got some of the highest. Carly Fiorina joining us today from Cleveland. Thank you very much, and congratulations on a great show yesterday.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
You bet.